Welcome back, Richard Morgan, CEO of Morgan Oxford Education. I'm here today to talk about courses that are best for you in the employment market. This is obviously a very important thing to talk about, and I have to say, I would say it's particularly important to people coming from Africa to countries like the UK, the USA and Canada. It's quite unusual for us to find a student that wants to study philosophy or art or other courses that are not directly employable, history and English are two other examples. My experience in this market is that it's important for you guys to be certain that you're going to get a job at the end of what you do. And there are certainly certain degrees where the statistics show quite clearly that you are much more employable. And we're going to run through those today so that you're very aware of where those courses are. Has to be said, they change from one year to the next, and what's right today may not be right tomorrow, and that's another thing to bear in mind, because if we're sat down with a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old who's going to finish off their schooling and then go to university, by the time they finish university they're going to be 21, and we're looking at 7 years' time. Nobody can really predict where we're going to be in 7 years' time, so you're not always going to get it right, but it's important to think about it. And also, there are clearly some degrees that are always going to be good degrees. So where do we start? An obvious place to start is what's cool at the moment. IT is very cool for sure, and things that are IT related are certainly very much likely to get jobs for you in the future. There are various different IT courses available. Some are trending at the moment in a very big way. Gaming is a good one. I'm told that people that do a gaming degree currently are employed before they even finish the course. I think during the last year of study, children will generally be snapped up and will earn potentially large sums of money almost from the time that they leave school. And so that's cool. But having said that, whether or not gaming will still be cool in 7 years' time is a different matter altogether. There are other areas of IT which are always going to be in vogue, and all I would say is make sure you do your research, make sure you speak to experts, make sure you come and talk to us, and we'll run through exactly what your strengths and weaknesses are, and depending on your strengths and weaknesses, we'll determine which area of IT is the right area for you. There's software engineering, there's certificates in various areas, data analysis. Cybersecurity is a huge one at the moment, and I suspect will be for a few years. And of course, the other trendy one at the moment is AI. AI is developing fast and changing, and one would think that it's a good area to specialise in over the coming years. Number two is traditional and old-fashioned in one sense, but in another sense is where the future lies. Engineering is solid and is always going to be a safe degree to do. Now, the first thing to say here is that engineering comes in many different shapes and sizes. You have chemical engineering, you have electrical engineering, you have structural engineering, you have civil engineering, to name just a few. Which one should you study at undergraduate level? Well, I guess if you have a real love and a real passion and a real strength, you should possibly consider following that strength. However, most experts will tell you, and most, I think, professors and lecturers at good universities will tell you, that the best advice that you can follow is to do a general engineering degree first. So you do a 3-year or a 4-year degree specialising in nothing, but learning the basics and the principles of engineering. So during those 4 years, you do a little bit of everything. You dabble in chemical engineering, you dabble in petroleum engineering, you dabble in aviation engineering, you dabble in civil engineering, and by the end of it, you come out with a general engineering degree, which gives you an insight into all those areas. Then you're in a much better position to choose the degree that you want to do at master's level. And you can then specialise in a particular area that you want to do at master's level with a very good basic foundation of engineering knowledge. I'm told by those that know that that's the best way to go. And so just bear that in mind when you're considering what course to go for and which university to study at. Another area which is absolutely watertight as long as you can get in is the healthcare sector. Doctors and nurses. Now, doctors and nurses are employable in every country in the world. It's a sad fact, but unfortunately there's a massive shortage of them in just about every country. You'll see, unfortunately, in Nigeria, for example, at the moment, many doctors and nurses have moved to other countries because they're instantly employable. And that's the harsh reality, and it's not good, unfortunately, for Nigeria, but it is as it is. This reflects in people who are studying these subjects overseas, if you can, you should, because at the end of your degree, you will be instantly employable in those countries. Which countries should you choose? That's a very difficult one. So I'm looking now specifically at doctors, nurses, potentially physiotherapists, radiologists maybe, healthcare individuals. What I can say is that the price points of these courses, particularly medicine, differ massively. You can study in certain countries, very good countries, which lead on to perhaps being a doctor in the States or in the UK for quite low tuition fees. Equally, you can go to the USA or to the UK and you can be paying close to £40,000 or £50,000 a year for tuition. If that's 6 years, that's £300,000. There are many, many, many options. It's not something we can talk too much about here, but we know about all of them. We've got access to all of them, and we can tell you the pros and cons of all of them. So you need to contact us for more information with regard to these particular areas. Business and management. Now, this is another area. I'm going to say something which is a bit controversial here, I think, but it is a view I hold. There are specific areas of business and management that perhaps it's good to study and gain an expertise in. But should you be doing that at undergraduate level? I'm not so sure. I think, as a general principle, that you'd be better off studying them at master's level. But first, concentrate on your undergraduate studies where you get your expertise in a particular area. So, for example, if that area is medicine or if that area is engineering, become an engineer and then acquire the expertise of management afterwards on top of your foundation degree. There are a lot of lower level degrees in the UK in business that I think are one of the least employable undergraduate courses in the world, and they leave the student at the end of their time without a real qualification. Now, should you become an accountant or should you have an undergraduate qualification in business? Should you become an economist or have a business degree? My own personal view is you're better off getting the specific qualification in a specific area and then strengthening it afterwards with perhaps an MBA or another business master's qualification, which gives you real expertise in a particular area, which you can add on to the expertise that you've already got at undergraduate level. That's my view for what it's worth. Now, data science and analytics, well, this is a really buzz area at the moment. It's an area that is full of growth. There are lots of jobs in these areas, and if you get a good degree in these areas, you're going to be highly employable in the developed countries of the world, and you're going to earn top salaries. The other one to mention may be law. Law is an interesting one. Nigerian law is based on English law. If you're going to be a lawyer and you want to consider coming back to Nigeria, you need to probably go to the UK to study law because its legal system is the same as the UK. If you study law in the UK, you have two options. You can come back to Nigeria and practice as a lawyer, or you can become a UK lawyer. Both of those routes are good in the sense that both generally lead to very well paid employment. There is an argument that the legal market in Nigeria is a tough one and not all lawyers are employed quickly. I get that, but with legal skills, you should be able to find opportunities inside businesses in whatever country you are that should lead you ultimately to a good position. So again, I think law is one that you should consider also. Um, to summarize, when making these important decisions about where you want to study, think about your future. Talk to your parents, obviously. Talk to your careers department at school. Talk to your teachers and heads of years. But also, come and talk to us because we do have the knowledge of of the courses on the ground. We do have the knowledge of those courses that are going to help you achieve what you want to achieve in life, and hopefully we can help you make the right decision, which is ultimately the most important thing for you and will give us a lot of personal satisfaction. So come and see us. We're here. Richard Morgan, the CEO of Morgan Oxford Education.